Battle of the Royale. Battle of the Royale. Wow. Okay. That's what a stroke
Go.
looks like.
Go! Bad Times at the El Royale stars Jeff Bridges and Cynthia Erivo and is written and directed by Drew Goddard. 7 strangers meet at a hotel known as the El Royale, each with a dark past and a dark secret. And we're not sure who's good, we're not sure who's bad in this film. And they all get a shot at redemption one last time before the night is through. This highly original screenplay had me guessing right throughout the film's runtime, and I'm sure it will have audiences guessing as well. This is a fantastic mystery and a very big surprise for me. I really enjoyed this film. For me, it was great times at the El Royale.
Yeah, it's definitely an enjoyable film, and thank goodness for an original screenplay.
Yes.
We needed that so much. It's your breath of fresh air.
Yep, it's not a Hollywood money-making machine.
No, I would find it highly irregular for Hollywood to bankroll a neo-noir film passion project for a director and creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with no interference. It feels like everything that Drew had on the page has made it to the screen.
Yeah.
And we've got the story that he wanted to tell.
Yeah, it feels like he definitely got his vision out, you know. And it definitely works. There's a lot of great stuff going on in this film. I absolutely adored the cinematography, the way it's shot, and often with a lot of restraint. As well, you know, for instance, with Cynthia's character, who is a singer in this film, you know, she does get to perform some numbers, and quite often it will just be one single camera, not too many cutaways or anything like that, just one single camera on her. You know, it may do a slow zoom, and sometimes it will pan around to reveal something, you know, later on in the film, and of course we can't spoil.
No.
But it's wonderfully restrained. It looks great. The lighting's fantastic.
The sets are amazing.
Yep.
The hotel has a character of its very own.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, you know, the Firefly.
Yeah, totally.
The setting is a character unto itself.
Absolutely.
And they've done a fantastic job at showing us that.
We get a lot of wide shots of the hotel
yes.
as well, you know, and just the characters standing in the lobby, just sort of hanging out, you know, and you really feel immersed. You feel like you're there.
They feel natural in the environment.
Yeah.
And that's because great pain has been taken in the details of this film. Every shot is deliberate. A little bit of camera movement, Hollywood goes a long way. This can stop now, please.
You hate shaky cam.
Oh, so much. Some of the best shots in the film are single shots with one actor doing their thing.
Yep.
And the other actor might be seen in a reflection or somewhat.
Yep.
You're getting their reaction as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful filmmaking.
Isn't it?
Comparisons to Tarantino are going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think the trailer probably is a little bit responsible for this.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that it's an ensemble cast. The trailer very much showed all of the action, tense kind of moments in this film without giving anything away, which was good.
Yeah.
The film is a slow burn, but there's enough going on, there's enough beautiful things to look at that is not a problem.
I think, like, when you mention slow burn, that's something that's very un-Tarantino-esque in many ways. A lot of his films have snappy dialogue. They tend to move very fast.
For sure.
Drew Goddard, I think, has got his own sort of thing going on.
It's much more deliberate.
Absolutely. It's not dialogue-driven, this film. It's more character-driven.
Yep.
It's more of a mystery. It's a slow burner, as you said.
Show, don't tell.
Show, don't tell. Absolutely. Cast were impressive. Love Jeff Bridges in this. This is probably one of my favourite Jeff Bridges performances that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, he brings that unique Jeff Bridges touch to this. The pathos that he brings to his character is spot on.
Absolutely. And it's just great to hear him actually have a character where we can understand what he's saying.
Enunciate.
I've been ducked. Can't go after Ned Pepper.
Yeah, R.I.P.D. just didn't do it for me. You know, but that's. I don't know if maybe you were a fan of it. I don't know.
Oh, look. Let's keep going. So a lot of the character beats are told in flashback.
Sure.
And the timing of them is very deliberate and
it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, it can break up the flow sometimes, and I think audiences sometimes might find it a bit hard to shift those gears.
Sure.
But his character was very well placed in the script, I think, and had a great story.
Absolutely. Cynthia's fantastic. I mean, she's not just a singer.
No.
Playing a character.
Background in Broadway is what I read.
Yes, absolutely. And like she has amazing presence on screen.
Yes.
Bought her in a lot of her scenes with Jeff Bridges just hanging out in the bar.
She's so engaging.
Yep.
A background in Broadway theatre, which is obviously where the amazing singing comes from. But the acting chops are there as well.
Absolutely. And she's given a lot to do in this film. And the songs are very deliberately chosen, to reflect who the character is, what's going on with them, and sometimes a very good reveal as well. And that, once again, that comes back to great performances and cinematography. I liked Chris Hemsworth in this.
I felt his character was a bit overdone and also a bit underutilized.
Interesting. Yeah.
He acted the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was a case of script or direction, but maybe a little too much, I felt, in some scenes.
Yeah. I think it works well for the character, and I think it worked well within the scenes, how the story was actually written. Because you've got something that is a slow burner, it's really taking its time.
Yep.
You need something that's going to be a little bit more over the top in this film. For who the character is, and for where it goes in the film, which we can't spoil, obviously. But I think it needed to go there, and like the character introduction for it's a great scene.
It's beautiful.
I can actually probably see what you're saying, maybe towards the third act of this film, maybe probably a little bit too far, but again, I think it was just great to see him in an awesome role that wasn't Thor.
And he really, this character has a very sinister edge, and he nails it.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
great.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor and an Aussie boy. I loved Miles in this film.
Miles, the character.
Yeah, the character of Miles.
What a surprise!
Absolutely.
Character.
And you know what? It did. Like, there's a reveal with his character towards the third act, and it did not feel out of place. In fact, everything that you see, as soon as the film opens, you're like, man, everything I'm seeing right here now is not as it seems.
Yes.
And there's gonna be some reveals. That reveal with that character didn't feel out of place for me.
No, I think it jarred a few people in my viewing when I was in the cinema.
Yeah.
It does happen very late in the game. I loved it. John Hamm.
Yeah.
How good is John Hamm?
John Hamm's always good, man. John Hamm is always good.
He has the look and the demeanor that is perfect for the character that he's written
well
for.
Well cast.
Perfectly cast.
I've really only got a slight nitpick with this film, and it may be something that modern audiences who are not after a slow burner may sort of feel more strongly about, and that is that the pacing at times just feels just a little off. Yes. And I actually just think Drew Goddard had a really great vision here, great idea. At parts it's going really, really well, and then you're watching this thing and you're starting to dip just a little bit.
Yep.
And then, just around the corner,
another reveal, another flashback.
Another flashback, something dramatic really happens in the film, and you're like, my gosh, okay, now it's sucked me back in, and then so it's at times just a weird sort of experience.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it needed to lose a few minutes from that third act, and it'd be a perfect film.
I agree with that. It needed to, if anything, where it was going to do some trimming, would have been there in that third act just to make it a little tighter. Because I liked everything that was happening.
Yeah,
there was just a little bit of dead air in there, and you're right. I think with some of the flashbacks and some of these character moments, it's like, yeah, let's tighten that up a little bit. It's like, how long did this flashback go for? Like, Cynthia's still asking the same question. For
sure.
And this is a very urgent moment.
Yes.
In the script.
Yeah, it kind of robs it of a little bit of impact. I went into this film, having seen the trailer. Yeah. Which,
the trailer was good, man.
The trailer was good,
because it didn't reveal much.
It didn't reveal.
Very un-Hollywood
any of
trailer.
The twists. Very true.
Yeah.
But it did sort of show mostly action beats and the suspenseful parts and stuff. So it might have given the impression that the film was a bit more action orientated than it was.
Sure.
And
it does have action in it, but not a great deal.
And it's well placed, and it can really punch you when it happens.
Sure.
Because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, man.
So I think the trailer gave me this impression, and then I knew who was in it, I knew who was making it. And I was expecting a fantastic film, and it just fell short.
Yeah, sure.
Because it did dip a little bit here and there. There were people in my viewing who were yawning during the film.
Sure, and again, it's back to that modern audience thing where they think they're going to get something Tarantino-esque. Yep. It's just not going to be a film for everyone, but I think that's part of its charm, is that it's not... it doesn't seem like anything the Hollywood machine has been churning out for some time. This feels like a very Drew Goddard project.
For sure. The last really good neo-noir film I can remember is Dark City, and that was like
2001.
That was a long time ago.
1990. I think it's earlier than that.
90s, yeah.
Late 90s, man.
Yeah. There's probably been others, but
That's the most memorable one. That's definitely the most memorable one.
And comparisons to Tarantino are going to happen, but this isn't a Tarantino film.
No, this is a Goddard film.
It's very deliberate in what it wants to do. It shows, it doesn't tell. Tarantino tends to rely a lot on dialogue. This is very much visual. Not that the dialogue in it is bad. It's very engaging.
It's great, but there's not
Cynthia
those...
gets a fantastic monologue. A lot of the characters do actually as part of their
Sure, but there's
stories.
not that particular the one-liners. Like
nobody's going to be quoting this film in 10 years. And this is quality work. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite peak where I thought it might.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this film. I think for me, I'm probably coming up a little bit higher than I initially would.
Yeah.
Due to the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, as a musician, I can see why that would be.
Yeah. It's a fantastic soundtrack.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really would have loved to have been sitting in this chair saying 5 out of 5.
I'm going to give it 4.5, just due to the soundtrack, man. The soundtrack bumped it up a little bit further for me. I mean, it's all there in the opening. It's
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Red or black?
I've done horrible things.
So's everybody. Shit happens. Get the whiskey.
So guys, that's what Adam and I thought of Bad Times at the El Royale. We had great times, good times at the El Royale. Yeah. What did you think of it? Let us know in the comments below what you thought of the film. And of course, don't forget to flick a like and subscribe if you dug this review. More reviews coming soon, guys. And until next time, a weekend watching movies is a weekend well spent. Thanks for watching. Best improvised line ever.
Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Jaws.
Yeah, man.
Or
yeah, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm walking here.
Or Tears in the Rain. Although not so much improvised. He did plan that out.
He scripted quite a bit of it.
Right.
And they did condense it down.
Right.
So he did have the idea, but he sort of, Ricka went up to Ridley and said, "Look, can we try this? Give this a go."
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, cool. Let's try it." And then it ends up being one of the most powerful monologues of all time.
Yep.
On your Ricka.
He goes all right.
He goes pretty good.
He goes all right.
Absolutely. You got to get on 2049, man.
I will get around to that eventually.
It's a good one.
Yep.
It feels right, man.
I'll get to it by 2049. I'm almost.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah.